Hi guys, this is Kayla.
And this is Becky, and we're with a couple of these read.
Yes, and we also have our weekly wine. So tell us about our wine this week, Becky, which we've clearly already opened.
Yes. Nest, which is one of our great brands, clean crafted, meaning no pesticides, no additives, no anything like that. And this is a Siraz by Nest. And yes, and I've already opened it, so it's so good.
Black cherry?
No, blackberry.
Blackberry,
yes,
plum.
And red plum.
I was like, I know there's some plum,
Mm-hmm.
and then something blackberry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is more tart than the cherry.
Yeah, it is a little bit tartar. And then I found this interesting when reading the tasting notes. It said violet, like the flower, and then tobacco. And when I smell
that
it,
explains the smell.
yeah, it's like
Like a good kind of tobacco.
yeah, like a good pipe tobacco or something. You kind of it gives a hint of that, and I don't know why, but it just kind of works. But it's very deep and rich. Would pair well with really, any red meat, I think. But steak, barbecue. But I think it is such a bold, earthy flavor that anything that's kind of like barbecue, different types of that sauce can be really strong, but I think this wine can handle a taste like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even some of the Chinese foods.
Yeah, I was thinking Korean barbecue.
That would be good.
It's got that different kind of spice level, and I think this would pair really well with it.
Also,
I can use words.
dark. I can taste this with dark chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Or chocolate cake, but really a dark chocolate. My favorite chocolate is the Godiva chocolates. That's the dark chocolate with that thick caramel inside. That would be great with this. So, but our book, and
It pairs well with it.
it does. Red River Road. Red. This is a red. And the main character likes her wine, and she likes reds. So I thought it did really well. The Red River Road is by Anna Downs. It is an aardvark pick. And I just have to say, this book, as I read it, I felt like the book was growing as I read it. Not in a bad way, but it was like with every turn of the page, something else was happening. Something else was going on. And I'm like, okay, could it be this? Could it be that? And I, in a sense, I was on the right track, but I wasn't exactly right. And then at the end, the twist at the end, I was kind of leaning toward it, but then something else happened. So there's a lot of twists and turns in this book, and it's very. I enjoyed her writing a lot. I feel like the characters were developed well, and it's about a character named Kate Sweeney who does the van life across Australia, and not really because she wanted to. Her sister Phoebe goes on the van life, and Phoebe is this redhead, vivacious, fun life, everything, and then Kate is not all that.
Right.
She's totally opposite her sister. Okay. But Phoebe comes up missing.
Oh.
Yes. And so Kate decides and like the trail's gone dry, everything. She's not getting any help from this detective Dust that she's, every time she calls, he's screaming at her, "Quit harassing me." And she's like, "What do you mean? How am I harassing a detective? I'm finding out all these things and you're not listening to me." And she just, it goes on, and she comes across this young woman who actually, I guess I should say, came across her, because while she has the van parked, she's outside the van, this girl sneaks in and gets in and just scares her to death going down the road because all of a sudden she realizes there's someone in her bed in the back of the van and almost wrecks trying to pull over and find out. But it's this other girl named Lily. Or it could be Beth, or it could be some other name this girl is going by because she has a lot of names. But anyway, Kate has decided no one else is doing anything for her to find her sister. She's going to retrace her steps. Well, her sister posted everything on Instagram. And so Kate has now gotten a van just identical to her sister's, bought it, and is retracing the steps of her journey on her Instagram page.
Ooh.
Yes, and so she's doing everything, and she keeps showing her sister's picture. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? And then Lily kind of is a little bit more savvy when it comes to the social media stuff. She says, well, if you could figure out her password, you could get in. And she eventually does. And then she finds all these personal messages from these different people. And then it's like, oh no, it was one of these, the stalker. Did one of these do something to my sister? And then she comes in contact with this family. I mean, it is just bizarre. I'm telling you, there are so many twists and turns and different little characters in here that she comes across, but it's just the relationship that develops between Lily / Beth and whatever else she calls herself. I forget all the names. And then Kate. Mm-hmm. And then it's this journey they're on trying to find Phoebe. And it's really a good book. And when I say, I just felt like it was like, okay, I've got to be near the end. And then I'd look and I'd be like, no, I'm not. I got half a book to go. And then I'd read a little bit more and I'm like, I've got to be near the end. I'm like, no, I got another third of the book to go. And it was just like, it was just so intense. I think that's why it felt like it was just growing as it got along, because stuff just seemed to be added and added and added. But it was very suspenseful, very, I don't really know how to describe other than it's going to take you through some emotions and everything, and I don't know if you'll guess the ending, but like I said, at the very end, I almost had it figured out, but not quite. And I personally think that's the best kind of book. So I would definitely say, if you have not read Red River Road, do it. I mean, it's in Australia. I love Australia. I think the van life across Australia would be fun, except for all the bad things.
I wouldn't, because those animals will get you in Australia.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that.
You wake up and there's a spider in your bed the size of your face.
Yes.
I ain't van lifing across Australia.
Deadly spider in the
Ireland.
They don't have Australia. You got to watch out for them kangaroos too. They're mean.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, 5 stars for Anna Downs' Red River Road. Try it. Try some wine and tell me what you pair your wine with. Thanks.
Bye, guys.